This week I noticed something about myself and it kind of scared me a little bit. Yeah, just a little. So I've been shrinking of recent. I noticed that I've been shrinking, and this shrinking is not spiritually, it is not physically, but mentally. And I realized that if I do not tell myself the truth, nobody will tell me the truth. I've been feeling so exhausted in my mind recently, and it's not the kind of exhaustion that maybe sleep can fix. I don't know if a break can fix it, but I know that sleep cannot fix this exhaustion. So hello there, my name is Eunice. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, you're welcome. On here is where I drop videos on things that I'm doing on becoming a better version of myself and the little things that I observe while doing those things to becoming a better version. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is your time to do that. Kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I drop a video every Thursday. So let's dive right into the things that I did this week and how I feel. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been noticing some little changes in the things that I said I would do. That's the little habits that I've been practicing for over 4 months now on becoming a better version of myself. And two of those things that I noticed that I've been failing at is listening to podcasts and taking my morning tea or morning warm water. So my Canva journal has been a little bit empty in that aspect for the past 2 weeks now. Like I've just been listening to like maybe 3 times or 2 times a week, and I've lost the enthusiasm. I've started procrastinating. I'll say, okay, I'll listen to the podcast when I get to work. When I get to work, one thing or the other will be taking my time. Then in my subconscious mind, I'll be having this urge. You have not listened to the podcast. You have not listened to it. It's like a very tiny little voice that keeps speaking to me. Then even when those that voice keeps telling me that, oh, Eunice, you have not listened to the podcast that you say you're going to listen to, I realize that I've started procrastinating. I'll say, okay, I will listen to it maybe during my break time or during my lunch, my breakfast or lunch break. Then I'll from that time I'll procrastinate till evening when I get home, when I get back from work, and when I get home, I end up not listening to the podcast at all. Then for the warm water or the warm tea, although my tea, I exhausted my tea for like for up to a month now. I've not had tea at home. So I've now resorted to taking warm water or making my ginger tea or onion tea from scratch. But I also became very lazy in doing that. I would dress up in the morning, it's time to take the tea. I will forget. There was even a particular day that I was already on my way to work. Halfway to my office, I started having this mind that, oh, did I leave my gas on? Was I boiling water to take? I couldn't even remember if I left my gas on or not. I had to call home to ask them if the gas was on. I noticed that it was not normal. And you might think that it's just small things, but small things are signals. When small things are happening, something deeper is going on within. That is how I said I've been struggling. I've been noticing that I've been dropping. I'm mentally declining when it comes to that aspect of my routine. For the tea aspect also, I didn't want to give myself an excuse. That was why I started taking warm water. Because normal me, when my tea got finished, I would have restocked. I didn't restock. I started taking warm water, and now even the warm water I was taking became something that I was not consistent with. So it's like I'm unconsciously giving myself the opportunity to have excuses not to do what I said I was going to do. Actually, it has been very sad because even if nobody is seeing it, even if I don't have people around me to remind me to do these things, I can see it. My subconscious mind is beating me. I can notice that there is something going on, even if I can't find the root cause, but I know that there is a problem. That's self awareness. So it is okay for me to say that I am tired. It is okay for me to say that I am drained. I sit myself down, I tell myself, Eunice, you're exhausted, you're drained. But then, in as much as I'm drained, I have told myself, I have set my hands on the plow. There is no opportunity to go back. There is no excuse to go back. So I can take a break. I can admit that I am exhausted, but I am not giving up. As I am able to identify that something is wrong somewhere, it's growth. It is growth for me. I say all these things because these days balancing my life as an adult woman, as an adult, balancing the economy, balancing my finances, my emotions, and all of that, it can be very exhausting. I'm not even going to lie because you have work to do, you have business you run, you still have your personal life you want to develop, you still have a person that you want to become. It is not easy. I won't let anyone tell me otherwise. It is not easy, but then I cannot give up. Giving up is not an option. So that is why I'm here yapping to you that I've noticed that I'm mentally exhausted and I'm mentally drained. Well, in as much as I'm going through all of this now, you've seen the kind of the way everything is happening, the way I'm mentally exhausted and drained, the way I'm trying to balance my adult life, trying to live a better life for myself, trying to become a better version for myself. I am still proud that I am not giving up. I have not given up and I'm not going to give up. So on this week episode of Eunice Journal, I was able to accomplish some things in my habits journal, in my habit rituals, even if I was not able to go through it listening to podcasts the way I should have listened to the podcast. So on this week's episode, I like to tell you that every day that I woke up this week, I drank a maximum of 60 cl of water every morning that I woke up. I didn't skip any of that. So that should count for something. Yeah, that should count for something. So give me a round of applause. Then I also did not forget to say my prayers. Remember when I started first, I said I am not drained spiritually. I am not drained spiritually or physically. I am okay physically. I am okay spiritually. I am just mentally drained. I made sure that I prayed every day throughout the week. Sometimes I prayed for 47 minutes. Some days I prayed for 55 minutes. I think I prayed for 55 minutes like three times and also prayed for 59 minutes either once or twice. Then others were 47 minutes. Yeah, others were 47 minutes for throughout this week. And also I have not given up on studying my Bible. If you've been following me closely, you know that I've been studying the book of Job for a while now. Yeah, I've been studying the book of Job for a while now, and I'm currently at the place where Job has decided to just leave everything in the hands of God. Because let me speak out, let me say something out of what I've seen in the current places I've been reading the book of Job. You see, Job, he was somebody that was very respected because obviously he had the money, he had he had wealth, he had wisdom and all of that, and people listened to him when he opened his mouth to speak. Old men, old women, young and infants. Sorry, I don't know if the infants were among, but I know that old men and young men listened to Job because he had the result as at that particular time. But now that he's going through a lot in the hands of Ekwensu. If you're not Igbo, go and check for the meaning of Ekwensu. Because he's going through a lot and he has lost everything, people that once respected him have stopped respecting him. People that once worshipped the feet, the place where he steps on, have stopped worshiping him. They now spit on his face, they now mock him and all of that. And that brings me to one lesson. You see, there are some people that the only thing that they respect in your life is not because of you as a person, it's because of what is deposited in you. Some people will just be coming close to you, not because of you in particularly, but because of what God has deposited in you. So make sure you are using your gift in the right way. For example, your wealth. If your wealth is gone, there are lots of people that will mock you, that will no longer respect you. You will feel like you've been reduced to nothing. And I'm just trying to let you know that you should live your life well. That is all for the part that I've been reading the book of Job. I know very soon I'll get to the part where he got everything back because I know the story of Job before now, but I'm just reading it again. I know that time will come where everything that he had lost will come back to him in hundredfold. This week, I didn't forget to say thank you to people that owed me nothing, people that helped me, people that showed me kindness and favor. I didn't forget to say thank you to them, and I also did not forget to say thank you to God, because he has been sustaining me. I won't even lie. God has been sustaining me. He has been my anchor. He has been my shield. Even if my business is not where I want it to be yet, but there are little signs of growth. There is improvement, little improvement. And I'm very much grateful for that. So I think that is all for this week's episode on becoming a better version of myself. I think that's what I did for this week. So if you've watched, also no, that's not all I did for this week. I also did not forget to post on my social media page. That's on my TikTok page. You know, I told you last week that I subconsciously added it to my routine. I did not forget to post on my social media page throughout the week, apart from Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, because I was very busy and a lot of things were happening. I did not want to just post. Yeah, I didn't forget to post on my social media account, and gradually people can see the signs, they can see everything. Gradually, it's not the fact that I'm not doing it for people anyway, but gradually I can see the signs that I'm becoming better, even in the way that I speak, even in the way that I present my video. I'm becoming better. It might be little, but yeah, there's improvement. I think that will be all for this week's episode of Eunice Journal. If you have watched the video to this point, it definitely means that what I'm doing makes sense to you. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do so right now. And also make sure you like, comment, and share to your friends who are also on their way to becoming a better version of themselves. See you next week. Bye bye.